Good morning everyone, the Panda Photographer here, and welcome back to this channel. And I just want to make another morning vlog about this morning's photo session with how to shoot product photography. Now, I imported the best photos that I have shot with the combination of the Sony a77 Mark II with the Pateron SP90mm model number F017A. And I want to show you that I used the Godox TT600 S speed lights with the Godox 24x24 softbox double diffuse, and I used the Rogue grid system 3-in-1 also as a rim light, and used the grid with the blue gel and red gel, by the way. But just want to show you these photos that were shot all raw, and now I'm going to process just these photos in Lightroom. So if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe to this channel, hit that notification button, share the content. It really helps me grow on this platform, and follow me on social medias down in the descriptions below. But independently, you can support this channel by hitting the PayPal donation link right in the descriptions below. It really does help me out, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I am going to make a thumbnail for it, and the only way for me to make a thumbnail for it is I have to edit these photos. So you will see a thumbnail updated to this video later on today. But yes, try to tackle what I shot this morning at 5 a.m. early in the morning. So I don't really sleep at night, so I basically just kind of you know, stay up and daydream. But I was planning to go to San Francisco. Wasn't able to make it to San Francisco, unfortunately. But I wanted to do something for you guys, the audience, and give back to the community. But you guys wanted to see more product photography videos, so I decided to do another live early this morning. So if you didn't see that video, I leave it in the annotations here somewhere in the corner. But let's see how sharp this is. It's sharp. But this shot slightly off. I can import another one. This one is slightly off, I think. No, it's pretty good. And this one is slightly just hit the mark. I would have to say hit his mark, but I did manual focusing. I had focus peaking on low, so that may have been the factor. But you can see where the rim light with the red gel actually fills in some of the light of the brand's name. First of all, the brand name is gonna shine, okay? And it's open ear acoustic headphones from Philips. Now, if you never have ever experienced open acoustic headphones before, it's like going to a live stage concert and experience like really good audio. You ever been to one of like Deadmau5's concerts? It's like that. It's like really high quality, really built, and it's really fantastic. These are the SHP9500s headphones. So with that said, just want to make sure that you guys are live, and I'm going to actually bring up the live right now to make sure that you guys are up and running. So excuse me, but I'm up and running, and people are subscribing. I'm getting a lot of people from India subscribing to me. There's nothing wrong with that, but I feel that spam accounts in a lot of ways. I'm not biased or anything, but I noticed that a lot of individuals do not stay subscribed to this channel. But I just want to make sure that you guys are live, so I'm going to dump in here. So I have 782 subscribers. Thank you for the support, people, for subscribing to the channel. It really is helping this channel grow as possible. But like I said, please do support the channel by hitting the PayPal donation link really below. As a travel photographer and just travels and do stuff like this, it's it's tedious. It's a tedious task, and it's very. Imagine carrying all the gear that I have with me. Just imagine carrying all the gear with me 24/7 and not lose sight of it. That's a hard thing to do. Okay, I'm gonna bring up the chat here. Okay. So we got Minota for life, thinking about buying a phony account to join the team phony. Well, let me explain something. Minota for life. I am not a Sony fanboy. I just use what I have, and my next step up is when I do have the money and time, and I'm going with Fuji. Sorry, I want to go with Fuji because everyone's on the Sony bandwagon, but let's just a tool. Yeah, it's just a tool. Don't get caught up in it. Thank you. I really appreciate that feedback right there. It is just a freaking tool. But yeah, some people that are shooting for Sony want to be collectors, want to be artists so bad and so desperate, they milk their channels so much, but not gonna milk it. So because no one cares for email that is shooting with email. And let me tell you something, anyone that's shooting with email that's never been with the A mount have no idea how far Sony has gone with how far as Sony has gone to get to this point with E mount. It was all because of A mount that did the job for E mount. NEX mounts for that for sure. But please do support the channel by hitting that PayPal donation link. It really helps me out to grow. But anyway, let's get into this. So I'm gonna take this red one here. Or should I take the blue one? Take the blue one. Alright, I want to edit this first. So I'm gonna go down in my settings here really quickly. Let me just minimize this screen here, and go to color standards because I want the Sony colors. I don't want the Adobe colors. There's a reason why I'm going with the Sony colors, because in the camera I already programmed it, and a lot of people don't know, and that I made a video about this, how to fine-tune your Sony Alpha cameras. If you want a Canon color look, if you want a Nikon color look, you want a Pentax or a Fuji color look, it's there. Automatic white balance, then scroll to the right, and then you get the color chart. So, but I'm gonna use that, and I am going to go remove some of the camera aberration. Yes, you can see here I'm using the Pateron SP90mm. I'm not using the first or second generation. I am using the third generation, model number F017A for the A mount, and it's the newest one that looks like more like a Sigma glass. But so what I'm gonna do here is just open up those shadows just a bit. Not too much, and then bump down those highlights just down a little bit. Just the highlights, put them down a little bit, and I'm gonna bump up the contrast just a bit, a little contrast. See, see if I minimize the contrast, I like that contrast look. I am going to increase the exposure. I'm gonna dial in 0.15, and I'm gonna build up my whites. Actually, let me build up my whites down a little more, right there, and my blacks up a little bit here. Okay, now we're getting somewhere there, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm gonna build up my clarity, and I'm gonna boost that brightness really well, and then saturation, I'm gonna hit 8 on the saturation part. Now I'm gonna go into the HSL color lumens color, and I'm gonna actually brighten up that reds just a bit and give the orange a little pop too, and so is the yellows. And just look at the greens, how they change color. So I'm focused just on the greens, and I'm gonna bring those greens out a little bit more. Okay, I want to actually pay attention to what you guys are saying in the comments as well. Yeah, A mount is an amazing camera. By the way, A mount is one of my favorite mount cameras from Sony. Okay, when I switched over from Nikon to Sony, I was looking for a Sony camera that was going to do the job for me. The camera body I used in this shot was the A77 Mark II. It's a crop sensor, and with the 90mm micro lens, it gives me a focal length of 135. So it gives me much more compression for the backgrounds, as you see in the background here. That is super compressed. It's bulky the hell out of it. But I'm gonna actually boost up those blues. Yeah, I'm gonna lighten those blues up here. Also, those purples still needs to come out. So when I do this with the lumens, the colors, I want the colors to pop, because I increase. Remember, I increase that vibrance. So I want the vibrance to also be applied to the photo. And this is my way how I touch up. But making sure the music is. But what are you guys shooting with? Let me know in the comments down below. And now I'm going to, and here's the special part. Now, when it comes down to sharpness, I like to go about 44 with this one. I'm gonna do 1.1, and details I'm gonna do 33, and I'm gonna just focus on the subject mostly. That is my target goal. My target goal is the focus area. Now, this is too much sharpness for anything. You need to minimize where the sharpness needs to be attacked. I'm attacking the talent, which is the product. The product is the Philips SHP9500s. Now, this is not a plug for Philips, but Philips, these are really amazing headphones, by the way. Really amazing. Now you see how sharp that looks. Can I show you a before and after? You see the difference here? Before and after. Really punching those reds, because that's the red I was looking for. Really make the text a little much sharper, more detailed. But to me, I think I can go a little bit more with masking the. Alright, that looks good. And there's a big difference here. So if I just move it around, you can see this big difference in sharpness and detail. Like, for instance, the number 0. See how this 0 looks a little bit like it's sharp, it's in focus, but it looks a little bit kind of soft. Here it's much sharper, very much more sharper and more defined here. And I like how the Philips headphones, by the way, have numbers, so you can line them up on both left and right sides of the headphones, because these are the headphones. I have a small head, so I have a decent sized small head. I don't have a medium sized head or a small head. It's just between it, and these kind of fall off my head with no hat. But you can see from all the detail, this 10mm micro lens is a really detailed lens, by the way. He shoots the Mickey 4/3. See, and that's another thing too. I want a Panasonic GH5. I don't want the GH5S, because it does not have stabilization, and is using the same technology as the Panasonic EVA 1. And if you guys don't know about the EVA 1 from Panasonic, there's one of the professional level cinematography cameras that use dual ISO sensors. It's fixed at fixed at 800, and one is fixed at 1600. It's using some dual ISO featured in the camera. But I don't know, the GH5S, I feel like for the price they're asking for and no stabilization, it's not worth the upgrade. I would to the Panasonic GH5, and if that's the case, GH4 would be fine too. And you know, There's nothing wrong with Micro Four Thirds, and that's the problem with people. It's a really good video camera, but Panasonic G9, by the way, is a phenomenal shooter's camera. That's a photographer's camera. It has all the features that you need. So if you're very invested into a Panasonic camera for video and for stills, G9 would be the best option. But let's get back into this photo here. So I do want to clean this up. So I do spot removal, so I'm going to clean this up really quickly here so you guys can see what I do when I do spot removal. So you can see a lot of dust here. I clean it up a little bit. Spot. 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 Just want to make sure they did this. Looks good all the way around. It has to look good. Spot. 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 I see you, spots. Alright, clean it up. That looks good. So let me show you before so you guys can see what I cleaned up. See the spots? Boom, gone. Simple, gone, done. Just keep moving, guys. Just keep moving because so how do you guys like the video so far? Let me know in the comments. It's here to hear my voice. Are your volumes is your volume up? Because maybe turn up your volume. Sometimes when I'm editing, my volume is I talk a little low because I'm really focused on the photo, but it's really hard to hear me. I don't know. I calibrated this OBS for my mic levels, so my mic levels are pretty damn high right now. So I'm pretty sure. Okay, so now I'm going to actually get rid of some more spots here. Excellent. I'm just cleaning up the image. Now, there's another way how to do this as well. If you just take a little bit and you can see what you want to clean up. If you want to clean up your images, I use the spot removal tool to clean up the images, and I use this feature, which is the virtual mask spot tool. Tells you what I should be focused on, but right now good. Just cleaning some of the spots so the image looks cleaned. Incorrect. There we go. Alright, we are cleaning this image up as much as possible. Get rid of that. Bring that into the screen. Alright. Just cleaning some of the little length, the lengths that I gather over the course of what, 2.5 weeks since I had these headphones. Look at that. That's a beautiful image. Very beautiful. when I switch to Fuji, I'm going to be more of a street photographer because I need to get back into my roots. So when I started street photography in Japan, when I was very young, I was, well, with my Minolta GX1, my parents bought me that when I was about 11, 12 years old. I needed to stay out of trouble. They gave me a hobby, so they bought me a camera and said that photography is a good way to keep focus. And I started taking pictures of people in the classroom because raising up in Japan, I was bullied a lot just because of the skin color. And there was racism at the point, but Japan's right now is pretty much a very, very safe place. But still, the school structure there was basically, it's very strict. Like if you didn't pass your grade, you were looked down upon as if you are not so smart, and people will look at you as if you're a jackass or a dummy. They won't say it. They just don't want to have conversations with you, because if you get left back, it's really disappointing for your friends, your families. So yeah. Well, I am trying to focus up and down. That's how I am talking. I'm not a very loud speaker. I'm more like a mid-toner. A mid-toner basically is someone that speaks at a casual level and not want to overbear their audio or conversation. Because to me, when I actually am talking, well, apparently you haven't grown up in Japan to notice this, but in the US, people talk loud, really loud. That's because people want to be heard. I don't want to be heard. Like, people can hear me respectfully at a casual voice level. But hold on one second. Looks good. The image looks good. Give me 1 second. I'm applying some text to my ex-wife. Hold on. She's asking me if I made it to San Francisco. I didn't go to San Francisco last night. I did not go to San Francisco last night. No. You get 10% off. What's she saying now? Oh my god, this Japanese women. Oh my god. Bossy. You're not even married anymore. Still bossy. Guys, my ex-wife, Japanese, bossy, very freaking bossy. Oh man. She's asking if I made it to what you call a face, to San Francisco. Fuck no, I didn't go to San Francisco. See, if I was to change the contrast, this is what it looks like, but it looks just not good. So let's undo that. Looking for my bronze. Okay. So the next step is to just leave it as is, but all right. Let's go down to, bring down the 40 on the shadows, bringing up the shadows just a bit, so you guys see that separation between the talent and the background. See what you guys are saying in the comments. Nice techniques. Thank you. I appreciate it. There are parts and sounds like you're correct. There's parts of my sounds like I'm coming. Yeah, I am coming up because I'm actually texting and speaking. I'm like, hey, first of all, I have done weddings before. I'm not sure if you know my workflow. I used to do weddings a lot. I stopped doing weddings because they are just troublesome clients. And first of all, clients that do weddings. Now, I have done weddings in the past. I made videos about this in the past, that I ran into 3 clients that wanted me to do their weddings, and they all were just rude. And I have a contract. My contract states that if the client is not satisfied and is very rambunctious, it shows behaviors that cannot allow the photographer to do his tasks as a job, I'm allowed to back out the job, and they still have to pay me. And that's what happened. That's why I don't do weddings anymore. Weddings are just, it takes up, first of all, if I was to do weddings, I would never even complete a YouTube video. Weddings just takes up 90% of your time, and to do video for wedding and do photos takes up a lot of your time. So there would be less videos of me doing this on this platform. There would be less time for me to edit photos because I just don't do weddings, man. I also do some photography work. I also do portraits. I also do landscapes. I also do a lot of time lapse, and weddings took up most of my time on my time lapse project. And the time lapse project that I'm talking about, that I'm referring to, let me show you the time lapse that I'm referring to, guys, so you guys have a better understand. Is that when you go to my channel, it's called Nightshade. That project was supposed to be done a year ago. A year ago. I just finished that project 6 months ago. That project was supposed to be done a year ago. For that project to be delayed and pushed back because of the weddings, yeah, that's unacceptable. So I decided to make a sacrifice because weddings are not my niche. I will only do weddings unless I'm hired by another photographer that needs a second shooter that is skilled. And then I would do my part to edit the photos, and once I'm edited with the photos, done, I move on to what my work is. And the Nightshade project. If you guys didn't see this time lapse, if you guys didn't watch this time lapse, you can tell that some of these time lapses are old, that I already published 2 years ago, and just teasing you guys on the project that I announced 2 years ago. That's how delayed it was because of weddings. So someone that is not really doing weddings, that's never done weddings before, that is telling me to do weddings, you really know the tricks and trades about weddings and what the sacrifices about wedding photography that you gotta put into it. Jason Wong would tell you weddings are not something that you just can like think it's easy work. It is not easy work, because you gotta make the clients happy, and sometimes you get clients that are just pure fucking rude, just rude out their ass. Real estate photography is good money. I also have done that too with a local real estater in this area a year ago, but it's not my niche. It's not my niche. Yes, I know the techniques behind it. Yes, I had lenses for it, but it's not my niche. It might be for your niche, but you can't tell everyone to do something. I always influence everyone to do what they love to do. Don't listen to a photographer that forces you to say, oh, this is better than this category, because guess what? All categories are meant for someone in particular, and not every category is going to be for everyone. That is the purpose of photography, and learning the ins and outs about the trade of photography. You gotta know what is your best categories, because most people only stick to street because they know street, or they night photography. Those are two different categories. Street and night photography. Two different categories. Some people like to do weddings and videography. That is still two different type of categories and two different spectrums of work. Videography and photographer. That is a risk that a lot of people take. I take that risk. But when it comes to weddings and doing time lapses, long exposures, product photography, filming, it's a passion. Yes, thank you. A passion is an ultimate drive. Yeah, and it's true. It is for anyone to take up a certain category in photography. You gotta have the passion and the driven for it. If right now weddings is not my passion, so, and yes, I know the techniques and I know the trace behind it, but it's not my passion. I have done it before. I tried it out. I did it for a whole year, and it took up most of my fucking time when I could have been making other people happy. That, like, people that I have done portrait photography. I even done portrait photography on houseless individuals. I have done portrait photography of animals, pets. That makes me happy because it puts a smile on people's faces to see what I can do with a photo, because some people are just photogenic. They don't think they will look good in a photo, but when the photographer takes the time out to execute a photo and then show the finishing product to that person would second guess, now, wow, I look that good in a photo. It's your technique. No, it's not just my technique. It's you as well. You have a story to tell. That person has a story to tell, and that's what brings the story in the image to life. And that's what my art of photography is about. It's about bringing images that people don't really focus on anymore to life, and stepping out the boundaries and not in the box. To me, wedding photography is still in the box. And like, have you seen anything new from wedding photography that is gonna blow you away? You see some, yes, some photographers know how to go outside the box, but some just stick to the rules because clients don't give photographers that flexibility. But thank you, Old School, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And if you are new here, please do subscribe to the channel. Let's go check out your channel. Make sure that I'm subscribed to you. Thank you. Now I am. Gotta make sure that I'm subscribed to you. Let's go back into the studio. Live. Excellent. Now I'm going to actually let's do this. Come on. Now I'm going to take this photo and sync it. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. There we are. Look at that, guys. One here, this photo here, I can bring down the highlights just a bit more. I feel like I can bring the highlights a bit more because you see where this is actually. Yeah, I can bring that down. Okay, let's see here. See, like the spot removal here on this blue one. No, don't do that. Okay. I really like this one. I really like the red. The red was given a little I feel like the blue was actually more looking like my key light, because my rim light which is using the blue gel, didn't separate it. I think the red is separating what this image is. I think this image actually looks better than all the ones I have taken. Let me explain why. Now, my key light is using a double diffuse soft box, 24 by 24 Godox soft box. Not doing a plug for Godox because I have my bad experiences with Godox, but just being honest with you guys. But you see how the blue gel is almost looking identical as my key light. Now I want some separation. I want it to fill in, so this red is actually making that fill of that rim light, separating the light. So there's a soft light and there's a second light, so you can tell this is actually a second light and it's filling in the gap. You can see that red asset there on the ground a little bit. I like that, and to me I feel like this image that is doing better because now you can see the whole entire headphones. And by the way, I was using that reflector, so that reflector was helping bounce some of this key light over here back to the headphones underneath here on this other side that you can see, which is the right side. That's why you're able to see some of the light source coming from the key light on the right side here. So it is helping a little bit. Okay. Thank you, Oscar. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. It really helps this channel grow. I'm very happy to have you. I'm really happy to see that you are really liking the show and really liking what I do here. This is Lightroom number 26 actually. So I'm gonna have to make a thumbnail for this one. This is number 26. So there's 25 more of these before this one. But I do weddings and it takes a lot of time. Yeah, weddings do take a lot of time, but if you love weddings, let me tell you, if you love weddings, do the weddings. If you like going to parties, you want to drink and with kids, this is the thing. When I went to weddings, I was not just a photographer, all right? I was also the fun photographer that would actually enjoy playing with the kids at these weddings, dance with the kids, hang out with the kids area, play games. I actually would let them play on my iPhone and see if they can beat me in a game. It's like interacting with the kids also is a plus. If you want to be a wedding crasher, you can be a wedding crasher all you want, but that's not what photographers do. Photographers are not wedding crashers, right? We don't take over the show. We try to make the show or the events or the gatherings a better time by giving people a happy experience. As photographers, that is our requirement. Our requirement is to bring happiness and those memories that will last a lifetime. So people will always say, you know that people can say this, do you remember that photographer that was at our wedding? Yeah, the Panda photographer, or Alan. Yeah, we need to invite him to our grandson's birthday party. He'd be a good entertainment for our son, not just what the photographer was, but as a person and as a human being. Yep. Thank you, Master Mo. Oh, hey, Master Mo. You don't owe Mo's from Mo's bar from The Simpsons, do you? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Master Mo, please, thank you. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out to grow on this channel. As I said, guys, if you guys want to support this channel financially, there is a PayPal link down in the description below. Really helps me out as a travel photographer. And this is the thing I want to talk to you guys about. This Japanese woman the other day rubbed my head. She says she's seen me. I saw her this morning again, and she asked me, can she rub my head? Because I have really unique hair. I have very soft, like wavy, curly, very soft hair, and she just cannot get enough of it. What's up, Michael? Yeah, man, I didn't make it to San Francisco last night. It wasn't a good idea. I'll tell you later. Just too many po-po and around. Man, there was a lot of cops out last night. I don't know why there was a lot of police officers out last night, but they were everywhere. I'm not sure. Apparently, I'm hearing that your government has shut down for some apparent reason. Didn't that happen like in 2013? Wow, man. Government is doing some weird stuff. But yeah, I didn't make it. But like, hey, but anyway, guys, Master Mo, Old School, Michael, Out, Minota, thanks for tuning in. Hit the thumbs button, guys. Really helps this channel out. And if you want to share the content, please share it. Facebook, share it on someone's Facebook. Share it to anyone. And after this video is posted, I will make a thumbnail. This is going to be the thumbnail because I found out the red gel makes it a broader and better light. And I can't believe that, you know, most people would say, wow, shooting at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning is a very dangerous thing as a photographer, and all the stuff that I had out. If you didn't see that live this morning, check that live out. But yeah, it was pretty fun. But with that said, guys, it's time to end this video and get to it's back open? Okay. Alright. Government's back open. Thank you, Master. It really helps this channel grow, man. I really appreciate it. And by the way, if you guys don't know my situation right now, this channel is all about honesty here. Like, I lost my place 7 months ago, and I've been in temporary houses since then, trying to make a better way of life, but keep a positive movement, and trying to give you guys content no matter what happens in my life. And I'm not going to talk about the New York situation because that New York situation was really a fucking, it was not a waste. It was just very disappointing. But I came to the West Coast for a job opportunity. I was told by 3 different companies that I was overqualified, apparently. So I decided to just focus on photography and focus on trying to provide people that want to know what happened to the Panda Photographer, why he's not making videos anymore. So I decided to focus on my photography and try to communicate with you guys and try to get as much support. So it really hurts to lose all my gear. Like, if I had my A7R with my Sony FE90mm, I would have been shooting with that one, but I would have shot with both cameras just to give you a different how the 90 would feel, because on the Sony A77 crop sensor, it is compressing by 135, giving that focal length of 135. But I wish I had my strobes. I wish I had a bunch of myself, but I don't have it. But I have to go, guys, and I really want to do this again. I will be uploading a product review on a mobile lens this afternoon, whenever that gets rendering, because yesterday I wasted my entire day trying to render and process that video, and then something happened. But I need a new computer, so I'm trying to gather money to save up for a new computer. So if you guys want to help me with that, the PayPal is in the links down below. I really need a new computer. I have to buy my computer off at Craigslist, unfortunately. But I've been talking to some people that are selling their gaming laptops, because I need a better laptop that's going to handle my workflow and the videography work, because this computer is not my original computer. I bought this off of Craigslist for 250 bucks, and it's done so far. But it's time that I need to update. Thank you, Master. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I've been growing a lot of subscribers lately, and that's because I let go of some Facebook groups. I've been focused on some Facebook groups, trying to help people out, but I'm not helping my photography out. I'm helping someone else's photography out, which is silly. I should be helping. It's not silly. It's the fact that, like, why can't I do that for myself? Why am I gonna help someone else? Am I looking for credibility? I'm not looking for credibility. I'm just trying to branch out to a different audience as far. But yeah, okay, I need to get working with the videography work. But thank you guys for tuning in, and I really appreciate it that you guys tuning in. As I said, guys, do subscribe, hit the notification button, do share the content, do follow me on the social medias, follow me on my Instagram. I'm only active on Instagram. You can see all of my photos on Instagram. And yeah, eat, sleep, photography, and repeat, everyone. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.